Rotu's DragonSoul Hero Review.
Let's begin.
Up for review this week,
The Magic Dragon.
his white active skill, Magic Missile, sends a magic missile through the darkness, dealing 4 stars of AoE damage to all foes and knocking them back. Has the magic damage trait and the knockback trait. This visually looks a lot like a bigger version of Moondrake's attack, except with knockback. There's even a small casting time, which is a massive disappointment, especially once he's legendary. The knockback is mid-range and hits everyone. The damage is above average. I rate this as a 4-star skill. His green skill, Stupefy. Magic Dragon targets the closest foe in front of him, dealing 1 star's worth of magic damage and stunning them for 5 seconds. Guaranteed to stun foes skill level or lower. Has the magic damage trait. Low damage, mostly because this attack shifts from the skill power trend and uses basic damage, which is a poor decision. The 5-second stun though is fantastic. I rate this as a 3-star skill. His blue skill, Mystic Volley, directs a barrage of missile attacks at the closest foe, dealing 2 stars of magic damage. Has the magic damage trait. This is on the wrong side of average damage and does nothing else. I rate this as a 2-star skill. His purple skill, Fleet-Footed. His fleet feet grant him 60 dodge, has no traits. Stat buffs are useless as skills, and this one scales very poorly as well. Even though dodge is incredibly important, I rate this as a 1-star skill. His orange legendary skill, Twinkle Toes. He gains 300 energy every time he dodges an attack. Has no traits. This skill is unlocked when you promote to orange and then do 3 quests. Quest 1, Sparkle Magic. Sacrifice 20 Sparkle Pony keychains. These are low-level items and very easy. Quest 2, Shopping Spree. Make 100 separate purchases from any of the shops. Now I admit, I was going to review Magic Dragon 1 week prior, but saw this and just kind of ignored him until it was completed. I wasn't in a rush, and this seemed the most optimal way. Quest 3, Jump for Joy. Use Magic Dragon to dodge 100 times in 1 day. Only counts if you win. The easiest way I found to do this is to find a campaign with a legendary Bone Dragon and do it repeatedly. I was getting 4 to 7 plus dodges a run, and this went really quickly. Very few legendary skills tend to be selfish, but if you are, do it well. This skill does that very well. This to me is his best skill and gives him a real purpose. I rate this as a 5-star skill. For runes, the game suggests River for plus 20% energy gain and Hail for plus 30 accuracy. I went with the suggested Hail, mostly because I had a pair of perfect runes sitting there unused, but opted for Ocean over River for plus 25% skill power. His legendary feeds him an unreal amount of energy already, so River was unnecessary. Tree for plus 15% health is always a viable option, especially given how frail he can be. On his Keystone, his optimal stats are skill power, intellect, and dodge. On his major runes, his primary stat should be skill power. On his minor runes, his primary stat should be either dodge or expertise. I personally feel dodge is the better choice though. For tertiary stats on all runes, magic penetration, crit chance, crit damage, accuracy, and cooldown reduction were all my primary goals. Conservation and fury aren't bad, but how fast he gains energy, I felt they were unnecessary. Where do I use Magic Dragon? I do use him in Boss Pit for Venezia Stage 2. Once legendary, he's even better. I do use him in Titan Temple, mostly against Bone Dragon or Clouds. I do use him in Coliseum. I do use him in Fight Pit, both dependent on enemy matchup, specifically against Bone Dragons. I do not use him in War. Medusa is all I need for Bone Dragons there currently. I do not use him in Expedition, but that's largely because of how easy I beat it. Magic Dragon is a fairly self-sufficient, although he does benefit from boosted stats, but being an INT and skill power hero, Moondrake is the better option, and a tank who can stay in front of him. To me, if it wasn't obvious, he's a quick counter to Bone Dragon, who will steal 300 energy coming in and then give 1800 right back. I like to keep my counters to Bone Dragon in separate lines, so I try to avoid teaming him with Medusa and Dark Horse. I don't have a solidified setup as far as that goes though. I use him dependent on enemy lines, i.e. against Bone Dragon. If you can dodge a wrench, you can magic missile everyone to death immediately after. I may be misremembering that line though. Magic Dragon is a hero that really wasn't on my radar much early, and I've been surprised how potent he actually is. His damage scales relatively well, but is only barely on the right side of average. His dodge to energy mechanic works very well, although he is pretty squishy, so once he does get hit, he's basically dead. Overall, I rate Magic Dragon as a 4-star hero. Prior to Orange and Runes, he isn't impressive, but with his Legendary, he's worth getting, and going into Orange 5 or better, where dodge just reaches absurd levels, he's just going to keep getting better. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or even both, I encourage you to rate, comment, and even subscribe. Questions, comments, or suggestions are easier on Twitter, @RotuDS. Okay, that's the end.